Maybe I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I didn't know that Bill Gates and old Jeffrey Epstein were such close friends, like dating all the way back to 2013. Him flying on the actual Lolita Express, not the one that Trump took that every fucking troglodyte out there keeps pointing at, like, I knew Epstein. But there's no instance of Bill Gates tossing him out of Microsoft or a la Trump and Epstein at Mar-a-Lago. No, nothing like that. And that Melinda knew about this, and this is going to be coming out in their divorce proceedings. This is going to be a little bit more trashy and a little bit less on facts and politics, so just bear with me a little bit. I want to do something a little bit light to round out the day, I suppose. Melinda Gates has been consulting divorce lawyers, since October 2019, the same month Bill's meetings with Jeffrey Epstein were revealed. This is from the Daily Mail, after all. Melinda Gates began consulting divorce lawyers in October 2019, according to her report. Around the same time, her husband's friendship with Jeffrey Epstein was called into question. Yes. Somebody went for a flight, and it's not one of those common names that you'd find on a flight record, like John Roberts. Oh, see, the Supreme Court Chief Justice. Yeah, he's definitely a creep. No, you tards, that's a fucking common name. Bill Gates, on the other hand, and especially when he's been photographed with him, yeah, that one's going to be a little bit harder to fucking finagle out of. It was over a year and a half in the making, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. The paper reported on Sunday that Melinda was in consultation as far back as 2019 of October. Speaking to New York divorce lawyer Robert Stephen Cohen, oy vey, shut it down. The same month that the New York Times reported that Bill had met with Epstein several times, and once stayed late at his townhouse in New York. Probably not doing anything nefarious at all whatsoever, right? Or perhaps discussing the tensile strength of sheets and what kind of a force you would need in order to finish the job. Oh, but that's alright. A spokeswoman for Gates said that at the time the meetings had been focused on philanthropy, because that's what Bill Gates is doing, yes. All of his stuff lately has been 100% a philanthropic effort. Don't ask any questions. You'll find yourself banned off of YouTube. Lawyer Cohen, that's redundant, has represented Michael Bloomberg, Henry Kravis, and Ivana Trump. Oh my God, and their divorces. Oh my God, this guy gets stuff done. Bill has been speaking to lawyers, including Ronald Olson, a partner at the firm Munger, Tollers, and Olson. Am I supposed to know this? Who had represented Mark Zuckerberg and a board member at Berkshire Hathaway. Where he sat alongside Gates and Warren Buffett, a close friend. Okay, so rich people know rich people. Cool. Who would have fucking thunk it? Bill and Melinda Gates had met Epstein in 2013. Oh my God, we're a few minutes into this and haven't already said that he didn't kill himself. I think that's customary, right? Told Bill that she found him creepy. Oh, of course, it's always a women's intuition, right? Oh yeah, this guy's creepy. I definitely didn't have anything to do with him. I can't wait for those fucking documents to come out where Melinda was 100% complicit, but we shall wait, of course. Epstein had, by that point, already served time in a Florida prison, being sentenced to 18 months on sex crimes charges in a 2008 plea deal. In 2013, the Microsoft founder also allegedly flew on Epstein's private jet dubbed the Lolita Express from New Jersey to Palm Beach, Florida, according to flight records. Despite concerns, Melinda says Gates and some of the staff from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, 100% a legitimate foundation, definitely not a shell corporation, don't ask any more questions, maintain ties with Epstein, who I can't even read that properly, who didn't kill himself in a Manhattan jail in August 2019, where he awaited further serious sex charges. He might have had way too much information. We better transition to the next story before I end up getting a knock on the door from somebody driving a Clinton Foundation panel van. Did you know Saturday Night Live is still on? Did you know that Elon Musk made it relevant at least for 1 week? And that Joe Rogan actually still has a podcast on the air? I know, right? It's fucking weird. Nobody really pays too much of attention about it. But Dave Chappelle was on there recently, I guess. Once again, another one of those things that I haven't really paid attention to after he fucking jumped ship off of YouTube and relevancy, really. Unless he's got some spicy takes when it comes to the COVID vaccine. And the appearance itself, this article is just more for window dressing anyways, and they're just pointing out very obvious things like, you're dealing with one of the most brilliant men that's ever lived. Thanks, Chappelle. Another fucking hot take for him. And they ended up discussing and defending Saturday Night Live's decision to allow Elon Musk to host. If you guys have watched any of the podcasts that Elon Musk has appeared on, I've seen the first one. Oh, the first two that he was on. The one where Musk was there, and he's a weird dude, right? He's eccentric, obviously. If you're that intelligent, if you have the capacity to launch rockets, one might explode, but at least one won't send debris somewhere, sometime, potentially killing millions of people into outer space, or strap an electric car onto it and launch it and dig tunnels under Los Angeles and Las Vegas to great success. It's clear, yeah, he's brilliant. One of the most brilliant men who's ever lived. Yes, the modern day Einstein. Just without all the shit he takes and a spicier Twitter feed. Musk is great. Hopefully he gets more involved with many of the more pressing issues of the day. I hope he becomes one of the guys who would set up a payment processing. Just go back into his past a little bit. Invoke everything that he learned from working with Peter Thiel, setting up PayPal, creating a free speech, whatever you got to brand it going forward, payment processor, bank, whatever, what have you, and be the foundation of the new free speech society, okay? Something like that where you can't get deplatformed for having sensical takes. That's where we're at this point, really. But something that you'll notice if you're watching these podcasts, if you're listening to the podcasts or whatever, English is not, I may break this to you, but English is not Elon Musk's first language. I don't even think it's his second, okay? So when he has to communicate, it takes him a little bit, okay? He sits back, he processes. It's got to go through his robot-like brain. And he's very precise with what he says. Even with what he tweets. Even though it gets a little bit spicy, it's all done on purpose, okay? He knows what he's doing. So I seen the announcement that, yeah, he was going to be the host of Saturday Night Live, and that would definitely be a big boon for them because I couldn't even name you two people who are still on the cast at SNL. I think there's old Butthole Eyes, Pete Davidson still on there. And the only reason that I'd know that is because he was taking a crack at Dan Crenshaw, who summarily made Dan Crenshaw famous, unfortunately. So that's another atrocity that Davidson committed. I literally forgot his name when I was going to say that. That's how irrelevant Saturday Night Live has been for 25 years. I'll at least give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't remember when Sandler, Spade, and Farley pieced out of there. And Myers as well. I don't find Will Ferrell funny. I don't give them those years. No, it's been a general malaise of churning out garbage comedians, okay? The Sarah Silvermans of the world. I know she wasn't on there, but her ilk, her posse. Tepid progressive takes that have just shrunk their once massive viewership into the rotted husk that it is. What was the big takeaway? It was a shit episode. It wasn't really Musk's fault. He participated everywhere he could. He tried to make the best of the situation. He's just kind of a fucking goofy dude, and everybody expected that. It takes him a minute to find his way. He's not a comedian, okay? He's funny, incidentally sometimes, but he's not an improv actor, okay? And there was all the controversies surrounding that. Like, there was a couple of castmates. I think there was one castmate who didn't appear in any of the sketches that he was there, and probably for the betterment of her career because they were all fairly crap. I've seen some clips out there, and boy, are they just not funny. But it's not really breaking news or anything. But of course, some retard took issue with this, and it's got way more likes than it did a couple of minutes ago. But as you can see here, this bitch is going fucking nuclear over it right now. And she is getting ratioed to shit. Like, these are fucking Hall of Fame numbers right now. She is getting ratioed to death. Like the original 1,400 comments, 400 retweets, 40 likes. All for her hot take that definitely never thought Saturday Night Live would send me into a tornado of existential despair. Imagine being so fragile that a television show that you and your cats would watch on a fucking evening after you're about 3 boxes of wine into your fucking self-absorbed existence. Can't believe there isn't pronouns in the bio. But here we are. I almost don't have words, but I will say I hope his Tesla catches on fire and he dies. For what? For what? She's trying to say that he was flashing a double white power sign, and that was just so tone deaf. That's all of those other tweets that I showed you there that were getting absolutely ratioed to shit. He did that as a joke to lampoon the fact that that so-called white power sign is a joke. It was made on Reddit, and she's trying to defend a fucking lie. She's like one of those idiots out there that continues to say that a critical race theory is a great idea because people have been oppressed for generations. There's 400 years of proof that the legacy of slavery... Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up. If these are the people who Saturday Night Live appeal to, that's good. They should probably put them on the list, because these would be the same people who are all for forced vaccinations and vaccine passports in general. Put them all on the list and then just send them off to a vaccinated island and then restart up the Manhattan Project and do some tests on that island. Because could you imagine being so fucking triggered that all of a sudden somebody making a double white power sign that, tens of hundreds of people probably seen, and wishing that his Tesla would catch on fire and he dies just because he made a joke? It's probably the funniest thing that happened on that disaster hour or hour and a half. I don't even know. I don't even care. But I'm sure all the attention brought you a little bit of joy into your life, and you gave your golden retriever a little rest from peanut butter cleanup duty. So yeah, I guess that's kind of pop culture news, but we also got to shit on Bill Gates, which is always great because he's actively trying to become a supervillain, and his foil is having a laugh on a TV show that nobody cares about, and he can get away with this shit because Elon Musk is great. And with that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.